You're not getting any better with your timing, I tell you. Look, I'm just heading out to a fancy dress party. I'll get the next video on when I get back, alright? Oh, thanks for hanging around. No prizes for guessing the theme of that party. I don't really have anything specific in my intro this time, other than the fact that my players are all of a sudden getting very nervous for some reason. I can't figure why that is, but yeah, I suppose we'll just crack straight on with the gameplay. Here's where we left off the adventurers at the end of turn 4. We've got the dwarf and the elf in the northern passage getting ready to kick down the door and see what's on the other side. We've got the barbarian paralysed with fear looking at a statue, and we've got the wizard who's staring at an empty room and the charred remains of a zombie. As usual, we'll go and start with the elf. Alright, so Elroyce is keen to get into this room, and he's really hopeful for some monsters for him to kick. So he's going to move up and open the door, and if there's any monsters in the room he's going to move to engage them. Elroyce moves to open the door. As he gets there, he notices on the centre of the door there's a crudely carved image of an orc's head, and lying in the corner in the passageway is the severed arm, and it's wrapped in mausoleum cloth, so it appears to be the remains of a mummy. He's not quite sure why that's there, but he's going to open the door and see what's on the other side now. And the bloodthirsty elf is in luck. Opening the door, he finds two orcs which stare at him as the door opens, and then their faces turn to a snarl as they seek fresh blood. There's also a weapon rack to the southern end of the room and another door leading through to the east. So Elroyce is going to actually move in now and move to engage the orcs. Always thinking ahead, he's going to move towards the centre of the room so that the dwarf's got some room to get in there and dish some damage as well. So he's going to move there now. So Elroyce moves up to engage the sword-bearing orc, and he's going to try and attack now. He rolls with 2 attack dice, so we'll see how he goes. And that's 1 skull, so he's landed 1 hit on the orc. Now the orc's going to have a chance to defend itself. Alright, so orcs defend with 2 dice, so we'll roll for the orc now. And the orc has not defended the hit, so it dies snarling and blood spilling from its mouth. And the elf has drawn its first blood. Alright, so Lothario wants to get in on the action as well. Unfortunately, she's not going to have enough movement to be able to get into base contact with an orc. She's going to move into the room though, and I suppose with her spare action she's going to search for secret doors and traps. Okay, so she moves adjacent to her companion and attempts to search for secret doors and traps. Now, she actually finds in the room, just in front of where the elf is standing, that there's actually a pit trap. So a timely search has proven once again its benefits, and they'll be able to disarm that in the next turn. Alright, that concludes the move for the elf and the dwarf. We'll move on to the barbarian and the wizard now. Now, for some unknown reason, the appearance of a gigantic gargoyle in the same room as the barbarian's got him rather worried for his safety. So the only move that he's actually going to make this turn is to search for secret doors and traps. He said that's all he wants to do, so he'll do that now, and he finds absolutely nothing in the room. The room is free from traps and secret doors. So that's the barbarian's turn. Now we'll move on with the wizard. Now Barabel's feeling pretty good about himself at the moment with his charred remains of the zombie in the corner. So he's going to step into the room and he's going to search for secret doors and traps as well. Hopefully you can figure out why this room appears to be a dead end. So he's going to step in and he'll do that now. And his search does indeed reveal a secret door behind a tapestry cleverly concealed in the corner of the room. So he has a choice for next turn whether he's going to come back down and help out Wilhelm with his gargoyle issues, or whether he's going to forge on ahead by himself and head through this secret door. So we'll see what happens next, I suppose. And now it's the evil wizard's turn, and I finally get to do something. I have an enemy still alive on the board at the end of the player's turns. So the orc will step forward 1 space, he's going to turn and he's going to swing his mace into the head of the elf, and hopefully we can draw some blood there too. So he's going to do that now. Alright, so orcs attack with 3 dice, so we'll roll those now and hopefully we can land some hits on this elf. Wow, okay, so we've landed 3 hits there, so now the elf's going to have to try and defend. It's only got 2 combat dice in defense, so at best it's going to defend 2 of the wounds. At worst, it's going to take quite a lot of damage, so we'll see how it goes with that. So Elroyce, saying prayers or possibly cursing the Elvish gods, tries to defend himself and manages to defend one of the hits. So Elroyce takes 2 points of body damage. He's now down to 4 body points in total, and that concludes the Evil Wizard's turn. Alright, so blood spilled for both sides are there on this turn. Things are definitely starting to heat up a bit. Some interesting choices ahead for the adventurers, so we'll leave it there. I look forward to catching up with you next time, and my name's Tinny. Thank you again for watching Tortuga.